Ladies and gentlemen, this first match is a tag team match. Scheduled for one fall. Coming to the ring first from Lumberton, North Carolina.
And welcome back to Ring Wars Carolina BattleGrounds. Jonathan Darwin joined this week by James Anthony. James, thank you for sitting in at the last minute, sir.
You know something, man, I wouldn't miss this March Madness for nothing in the world, Jonathan Darwin. We got an exciting show here tonight. We got the Wrustlers back in tag team action. Their first match, actually, of 2022.
Yeah, they've claimed that they're going to become two-time tag team champions and other nights, and they have assaulted the current tag team champions, Team Sexy.
Well, you know, I don't know if you heard this or not, Jonathan, but they have been named by the championship committee the #1 challengers for the RWC tag team title. So they will be getting that tag team title match soon, but they're going to have to get through this team making their debut here tonight. Boy, that Pecos loves to run his mouth, don't he?
Oh, I think they both do. I tell you what, that's why anytime they want to be interviewed, I try to pass that on to Stephen Hensley. Unfortunately, that didn't seem to be the case.
Well, speaking of Stephen, where is he at this week?
Well, Stephen Hensley has a lot of other commitments, and I'm just grateful that I had somebody sit in with me tonight, getting good analysis from you. We've worked together a time or two, which makes it enjoyable.
And their opponents.
Here they come.
The team of the Boy Wonder, Robin Goffin, and the Indie King, JT, Radical City Crew.
Well, we're really familiar here with Indie King JT, but Jonathan, are you at all familiar with RTG?
I'm not really that familiar with RTG. I do know that he has a familial connection to the wrestling industry. His sister is Big Swole. And let me ask you something, James. When you have somebody of that caliber in your family, does it put added pressure on you?
You know something, when you're trying to live up to another family member who has been in the business for a long time, it does put a lot of pressure on you because they're expecting you to be just like that family member. They're expecting you to live up to that generation of wrestler. And sometimes it's a good for you, sometimes it can be bad for you.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I was looking at it as a possible motivator even, but time will only tell about this. I know that both men are representing the X-Crew brand, and between them, they have 9 tag team championships. Not together, but respectively.
So what you're pretty much telling me is they're pretty good and familiar with tag team wrestling.
Oh, yes, absolutely. It looks like Indie King JT will be starting off for his respective team, and
little rock, paper, scissors, and looks like Bella Sounds are underway here, Jonathan Darwin.
Yep. I believe that's Pecos in the ring.
Yep, that's old Pecos. And, you know, I've had my issues with the Wrustlers. You know, we were in a small little feud back towards the end of 2021, you know, but you know, I got to give the Wrustlers credit, man. They have really regrouped themselves over the past several months. I mean, you know, like I said, this is their first match of 2022, but you got to give them credit, Jonathan. They've come into the new year, a new attitude, a little more aggressive. They want to be 2-time RWC Tag Team Champions. You can't be mad at them for that.
Well, I understand that, James, but, I mean, they're training at the RWC Academy. Can they go to training with an attitude like that, or do they have to be humble? Or is this a good thing to have a chip as you're going in there?
Let me tell you something, Jonathan. When you have been a champion, you do nothing but breathe, sleep, and want to be that champion again. Nice collar and elbow lock up there.
Yeah, good upper body strength by both men. Indie King JT, I believe Indie King JT has the reach advantage and gets that clean break.
But let me ask you this, Jonathan.
Okay.
Let's say that the Radical City Crew defeats the Wrustlers tonight. Does that make them the #1 challenger for the tag team championship?
Well, I don't see it that way because the board did make the decision, but it does put them in contention if the Wrestlers were to win to justify getting a title match.
Indie King JT here goes to the go behind side headlock. You know, we've seen Indie King here several times back in 2021.
Yeah, Indie King JT, no stranger to Ring Wars Carolina. Guys, that side headlock wrenched in well. going to work on the arm now. It'll be interesting to see, James, and you know this by teaming with Victor Andrews, with G-Money. The first team to cut that ring in half, that's the one that's going to have the advantage going on forward.
Well, that and the team who has the most experience. Now, yes, we know a lot about the Wrestlers, but, you know, Indy King, JT, RTG, they've been teaming up for a while. Maybe they haven't teamed a lot before, but they know enough to team up together. Like you said, 9 tag team championships between the both of them. They know what they're doing in there. Look at that nice tag there by the Indy King, JT. Oh!
Boy Wonder.
Oh, my God. I think I saw a tooth fly out.
Go for the pin here. Very wise.
That might
1,
be it.
2,
wow.
No.
If he wouldn't have kicked that, I wouldn't have been surprised.
No, I would not either. And look at the Boy Wonder. And see, look at this. Keeping the fresh man in. Working as a well-oiled tandem so far. And, oh, misses with a big kick.
Oh,
cuts as him coming around with a mule kick.
Oh.
Those knees hurt. Knocking Pecos out. Going for that pin again, too. Oh, no!
But, you know, Jonathan, I got to ask you again. If they get if the Radical City Crew knock off the Wrestlers, you got to think, if you're on the championship committee, you got to rethink naming the Wrestlers the #1 contenders, right?
No, I don't, because I'm going to honor the commitment as a championship committee member. But I'm going to tell the Wrestlers, okay, you're the #1 contenders. But guess what? If you win, your first title defense is against the Radical City Crew. Look at that.
Oh, he missed again. Oh, my gosh. You know, even though they're wearing kick pads, that still hurts.
Yeah, good speed by. Gets caught, though.
Gets caught.
Boy Wonder gets caught, but JT, he's not having any of it.
Oh, drop kick. Oh!
Drop kicking his own partner, using that weight, going for the pin here. 1, 2, no.
You know, Jonathan, I got to say something here. We've not really ever seen the Wrestlers being out-wrestled on their own show and on their own turf before.
No, not at all. I mean, the Wrestlers, and you do got to wonder, had they underestimated their opponents going and taking this a little lightly, going, well, we're the #1 contenders. We really don't have anything to prove.
But that's my point. If they get knocked off, wouldn't you have to reconsider?
Come on. That's not necessary.
Oh, knee to the back. Hey,
go for that pin again here.
1, 2. No. Kicked out.
Just 1 count there.
And I think, and you got to be honest, I think the Wrestlers know in the back of their mind, if they get knocked off, they might get knocked out of that #1 contendership. And you got to think, in the mind of Indy King and RTG, if they win, it could make them the #1 challengers or possibly put them in line. Oh, nice suplex. Might put them in line for a possible title match down the road themselves.
I agree. And I'm glad to see the tag team roster getting depth here in Ring Wars Carolina. As we see, Waco now gets Indy King JT up.
Oh, look at the strength. Look at the power.
Good hang time.
Waco's there. Nice suplex. Going for the cover there.
Press that shoulder, 2.
No, and RTG and they break it up.
Yeah, RTG really quick. And see, that's where I don't understand Waco. Waco, with that experience, should have pulled his opponent a little closer over to his side of the ring so that RTG didn't have the chance to break it up.
Well, you know, Jonathan Darwin, the Wrestlers are nice. They got a nice tag in here. You know, the Wrestlers, you know, they are now the #1 contender. Oh, nice bulldog there by Waco's. And Pecos might be going. Is he going to go for that springboard senton? Yes, he is. Oh, he gets it.
Too.
Going for the cover there.
1, 2, no.
You know, Jonathan Darwin, now that the Wrestlers are the #1 contenders for the tag team titles, you got to think, though, do they really want to step into the ring with Team Sexy after what they did to them at our last event?
I think so. I mean, they put their mark on that match. But if you're Team Sexy, are you going to be 100% when you face the Wrestlers? That's the real question. And if you're not, do you try to conceal that fact?
You know, the Wrestlers, you're right. They left their mark. They let their Team Sexy know, hey, we're here. We're the original tag team champions. We're the original tag team that's been here. The last couple of guys that have come in, they've just been throwing together tag teams. You know, originally me and G-Money. Wait a minute.
Oh, no.
Oh, Indy King JT's not giving up. Indy King JT not giving up there. He's got the crowd behind him. Yeah, he's waking up there.
Indy King JT back to that vertical base. Can he shove him off? He does.
Waco's and look out! Oh my
what
God!
A spine buster by Indy King JT.
Arn Anderson would be proud.
Yeah, getting some good air on that one, but I tell you what, Indy King JT, he's a little rattled and dazed out there.
But he needs to make the tag. He needs to make the tag and get up out of there.
Yeah, now if you're on the outside, James Anthony, how do you help motivate your partner?
You just got to get up. You just got to get in there. You got to reach out. You got to let him know you are there for him. And he got him. There it is. RTG. And there's the tag by RTG. And now here comes the Waco's coming in. Oh, no.
Oh, going over. Uh-oh.
And Pecos. Oh! Into his brother. And RTG shoots off Pecos into King JT. Oh, man.
They're taking that knee.
Atama dropping knee, man. This could be it here.
Submission.
Oh, my gosh. A nice basement drop kick there. RTG going for the cover. 1, 2, no.
Waco making the save at the very last second.
I'm telling you, Jonathan, if these guys knock off the Wrestlers, we're going to have new challenges. I don't care what you say.
Well, we're going to have to see Waco.
And the King over the top.
Yeah. Unfortunately, RTG.
Well, don't let RTG set the size for you. This guy might be small, but he's tough.
Well, yeah, he is. I mean, we're seeing that speed get, but he,
he gets caught by Waco's. Oh, man.
Getting stretched out there.
And you know what they're setting up for, Jonathan.
Oh, yeah, I can see it. They're really getting ready for that yeehaw seesaw that they're known for.
Yep, they're going for it.
Waco got him.
They're going for it here. Oh, and he got him. That could be it. That could be it there. 1, 2, 3. He got him.
That's all she wrote.
He got him. Jonathan Darwin, I don't care what you say. They are lucky they got away with that win. They almost lost that match, and I'm telling you, if they would have lost, they would not still be the #1 challengers for those tag team titles.
Well, here's what I'm looking at. They almost lost. Are they going to be strong enough when they do finally face Team Sexy to dethrone the champions? Because, oh, here comes.
Wait, speaking of Team Sexy, that's Mr. Magnificent.
There you go, Mr. Magnificent. He's
no! He just hit Wagon with the chair.
And I can't blame him.
He just hit Wagon with that chair. Well, I mean, after what they did to Team Sexy at our last show, can you blame them?
No, turnabout is fair play. The team's Mr. Magnificent trying to get retribution for his partner.
And if you're wondering where Sweet Daddy Dave is, he was injured at our last event because of the Wrustlers with that same chair. So I guess Mr. Magnificent, who is here tonight because he has a match, I guess he wanted to come out and get some revenge for his partner Dave.
Oh, I can't blame him. If you were in the same boat, James Anthony, I know you'd do it.
But I don't know if I'd come in here and do it by myself. Well, Mr. Magnificent still has a match tonight. You know the Wrestlers are not going to leave this building after what he just did.
Well, that's wait to be seen, but cheering away one half of the tag team champions. We'll be back with more Ring Wars Carolina Battlegrounds.
Tired of feeling like you're being held back?
Are you ready for a change? Let's get ready.
You will sweat. You will be sore. You're going to feel like quitting. Ready? Let's begin.
1, 2, 3. You're almost there.
Keep pushing.
Attitude check. Bronco pride. If you're unfamiliar with that, that's what we say down in Fayetteville State. Because the Fayetteville State University Broncos, they just won the CIAA championship. And as a member of the Bronco family, I feel motivated to go and win a championship myself. And it just so happens that this Saturday in Lumberton, there's a six-pack challenge for the #1 contendership for the RWC Heavyweight Championship. Guess who's in that match? The radio rock star, the radio rap star, your favorite DJ's favorite DJ. The Fade Runner is in that match. And that means that I will have a chance to win singles gold. All I have to do is beat 5 other guys. Well, you know what? I brought out the DJ bag. I got plenty of hits for each one of those guys. But I have some exclusive remixes as well. And I plan on dropping those on anybody that gets in my way in that six-pack challenge. It is nothing personal. It's just time to achieve greatness. So be ready, because I stay ready. And this Saturday, it's going down. Because when I'm not breaking records, I'm running fades. And I'm not playing any music.
Wow, we gonna show up. We can't show out.
RWC.
And David Barnabas Spector, the leader of the Monstrosities, joined by Side Effect. And now, wait a minute. David Barnabas Spector said he had a surprise. Oh, my God.
Well, you know, it's no secret. It was put out there on the fan page. This, ladies and gentlemen, is Kronos. And if, from what my sources tell me, he's trying to impress David Barnabas Spector. Is that correct?
No, first, from David, I've been told it's Kronos. The gentleman who will be coming out later on, DNA, is the one that's trying to join the Monstrosities. And I can't figure out for the life of me why you would want to be associated with such a vile individual as David Barnabas Spector.
Well, Jonathan, I gotta correct you. Think about it. David Barnabas Spector debuted last year in May.
Yes.
He said he was coming back, and he was bringing back a monster to Ring Wars Carolina. He brought back Side Effect. He won the Golden Opportunity Rumble. Then he led Side Effect in Blackness Jack in Chaos to the Tag Team Championships. The guy's a great manager. He made this guy, Side Effect, a lot of money in 2021.
Yeah, and I've seen Kronos in action before. Really barbaric individual. And it looks like David's got a few words to say.
For those of you who don't already know, I am the leader, David Barnabas Spector. And here tonight, you shall bear witness to a rather unique initiation. Because you see, my collection of uniquely grotesque human oddities and monstrosities does not only exist here in Ring Wars Carolina, but rather also exists coast to coast and around the globe. And why? Why is that? Because yours truly, my track record of success speaks for itself.
It really does.
Yeah, I mean, you can't argue with that.
To my right, I salvaged, I reinvigorated the career of the gatekeeper to my kingdom of shadows, Side Effect.
Did I just talk about that?
Taking him all the way to the RWC Tag Team Championship.
See, Jonathan, told you.
And now, all of you vile, disgusting, bottom-feeding Lumberton insectoid fans, you get the rare treat to witness the centerpiece to my touring special attractions, for he is the remorseless, relentless, unstoppable abomination known as Kronos the Berserker.
Kronos the Berserker.
And now, perhaps my family looks to grow, because you see, I have an individual, an extremely talented young man who is extremely interested in joining this menagerie destruction. He is the soldier of misfortune. He is an army of one. He is a merciless mercenary known as DNA.
So let me understand this.
Yeah.
DNA wants to join the Monstrosities?
That's what I was getting at, James. I don't understand why anybody, first of all, would want to join the Monstrosities, and second of all, go through this rite of passage to be part of it.
Well, Jonathan Darwin, could you imagine these three men, a team, a faction in RWC?
I can't. it's a really horrific thought because of the dominance they would exert.
The guy's got real bullets. That's scary.
So, DNA.
What does DNA stand for?
Very, very physically impressive. Would you insectoids agree? Look at this man. Look at his physique. But with all those intimidating muscles, do you actually have what it takes to join my family? Can you survive tonight's initiation? Because if you would actually like to have your career guided by the leader, tonight you must survive against Kronos. So, impress me. Show me what you are truly capable of. Side effect, if you would please join me ringside, we are going to observe. And young man, I suggest that you fight and fight with every ounce of your very being if you expect to survive that. Join me, side effect.
James, to answer your question, it's been a while since I've been in high school biology, but I believe it's deoxyribonucleic acid was the answer you were seeking. As far as that, I don't know it to be an abbreviation for anything.
No, I just thought you were ignoring me.
No. I was letting ring the bell as we get this one underway. No, I was trying to give David Barnum Spector the moment to speak. Now, here's the thing. I've seen Kronos the Berserker in action at another AIWF affiliate, International Combat Sports, and he took it to task against former AIWF World Heavyweight Champion Johnny Blast, and you are very familiar with Johnny Blast.
I mean, who can't take out Johnny Blast? The man's about as old as Methuselah, so.
Well, I mean, former world champion, though, something to be said for that.
But I tell you what, this DNA, I mean, I still don't get it. Why does he want to be a part of the monstrosity so bad?
Maybe it's the fact that he has loneliness. Maybe he's looking for something in his life. I know I was floating around when I came to Ring Wars Carolina. I was close to hanging it up, and then I found the family that is Ring Wars Carolina. He could be looking for the same thing. Looking for it in the monstrosities, though? Is that the best place to look? Oh, wait a minute. He rattles Kronos. Kronos goes out.
And Kronos the Berserker, he didn't go off his feet.
No, he stumbled, though, and I think DNA caught him off guard.
But let me ask you a question. Does David want – oh, look at this DNA side effect.
Oh, going nose to nose here.
I tell you what, you don't want to go nose to nose with side effect.
No, we've seen the damage he can do. And wait a minute, Kronos goes for that big hit and misses. What a right hand by DNA, having some good ones.
Throws Berserker back in.
Yeah, DNA showing something. Wait a minute here. Look at David Barnabas Spector cheating away for his man.
Hey man, listen. When you're trying to, when somebody's trying to impress you, you want to just test them and see what they can do. I don't agree with what he did, but I mean, hey man, this guy's trying to make an impression. This guy wants to prove himself. Hey man, I don't blame David.
Well, no, come on. You let him prove himself legitimately. Don't hamstring the guy.
Hey, listen, man. When you have a client that you're managing, you'll do whatever it takes. You got to think about it, Jonathan. If the Berserker loses, that means David doesn't get paid. And if he does get paid, it's not a lot of money.
That's true. There is one takeaway of it.
You know, speaking of side effect, I'll be in the ring with side effect next week as a big part of that six-pack challenge elimination, but that's another talk for another time.
Well, real quick, James, I mean, do you even have a strategy? I know it's going to be multiple men in there, but just for side effect? Have you even put a plan together at this point?
Jonathan, what kind of a question is that? You know I have a strategy. You know I always have a plan, but I can't give you all of my secrets out here on commentary, man. You guys just watch the match and see what I do.
I thought I'd be able to trick you for once.
Well, I tell you right now, I bet you I wish DNA he would have just forgot about doing this.
Possibly. And he knows he's in trouble now at this point. You see Kronos Berserker, though, very menacing at this point. as he has DNA right in control where he wants him. Oh, my God. That headbutt.
Now, if DNA loses, is he not a part of the family? Does he get to try again? What's the
I don't
situation
know.
here?
You asked David Bonner in respect to those questions. I'm not really wanting to do so.
Have you ever walked by the locker room of David Spector and heard all those noises and sounds and lights in there? I'm not going in there.
And not to mention the smells.
Exactly my point. You go in there next time.
RWC does not pay me enough to go in there.
Okay, well, don't put me in there. I got kids.
Kids. Oh, are we getting the scoop? Or is it just...
No, a kid. A kid. Okay, you're right. I have a kid.
Okay. I thought we were going to get breaking news here tonight. Speaking of breaking, Kronos is breaking away at DNA here.
Well, you know, DNA hasn't really gotten out of the blocks ever since David Bonner Spector tripped him up on the outside. Nice body slam by the Berserker. Look at Side Effect just pacing around here on the outside.
Yeah, Side Effect very slowly moving around, and that's got to play in the head of DNA a little bit too. I mean, when you got somebody on the outside, James Anthony, in those matches, you can't. Are you able to fully focus on what's going on in that ring?
Let me tell you something. You keep your eyes on your business. As your mom and dad used to tell you, keep your mind on your money and keep your money on your mind. You keep your mind on your opponent because we all know you turn your back on your opponent in a split second, it could be over.
That's true. And as you're seeing Kronos right now.
Oh, my God. That's a big man doing a move like that.
Yeah, great agility by Kronos, the Berserker, but still hasn't gone for that pin yet.
Now, DNA is wearing a lot of this camo. Is he former in the Army, in the Army Reserves?
Yeah, former Army from my notes that I got.
How do you have notes about this and I don't?
Well, I had a chance to, David Bonner Spector decides to call me, mostly torture me for the duration of the call, just like Kronos the Berserker is torturing DNA here. But he said, look, I want you to know about this guy. I'm going to throw you a few breadcrumbs, Jonathan. Gives me the few facts over a matter of seconds and then berates me for the remainder of the call.
First of all, why does he have your phone number?
I believe it's on the RWC paperwork back there somewhere. And
you are crazy. I would not want David Bonner Spector to have my number.
I didn't give it to him. I'm sure maybe the owner of RWC, Nice to Eddie Brown. Oh, what a jawbreaker there.
Looks like DNA is starting to get a comeback here.
Yeah, gave it to David Bonner Spector because I know I'm not on Nice to Eddie Brown's Christmas card list either.
Another clothesline there.
Can he get it?
Oh!
Still nothing.
He's rocking him, though. He's got the big man rocking.
Can DNA get it? Gets another clothesline off.
Oh, knee to the gut.
Can he get it? Going for it.
Hey!
Death from above by DNA.
And I heard when he hits that, it's over.
Yeah, but I think he might be too exhausted to get the pinfall. Drapes one arm over, two. Oh, wait a minute. Hey, that was three there. Come on. That was absolutely three.
Well, the referee said it was only two.
Well, David Bonner Spector didn't want his man Kronos embarrassed out here. That's all that was. And Kronos Berserker able to get back up to his feet and catches him with a portal to hell.
Sidewalk slam. 1, 2. No! Well, I think DNA, I'm just going to keep it real. He's an idiot right now because it should be known that's twice. David Bonner Spector has proven he does not want this man in the monstrosities.
No, he doesn't. No, he does not. As we see, Side Effect help him up again. Oh.
What's he going for?
Wait a minute, DNA trying to, can he break loose?
And he's trying, yes.
He does get out of it.
And look at this, DNA's
got him with that.
Oh!
What a teardrop suplex by DNA.
And the fans are getting behind DNA. The fans are, see, now the fans are feeling bad for DNA. He's going for the cover.
Get that
He's
pin,
got the cover there. 1, 2,
whoa! Wait a minute, get David Bonner Spector off the apron. He has no business being up there.
Okay, that's 3 times too many. He does not want this man to be in the monstrosities, man.
Either that or he wants him to pay if he wants
Oh, my God, wait a minute. Kronos the Berserker, he's up. He just sat up. Oh, my God, he got to quit.
Off.
Oh, my gosh. DNA needs to turn around. Oh, a shot to the back. And Kronos.
Well, according to David Bonner Spector, this is the portal to hell.
And that might do it. And it does.
Kronos victorious.
Here's your winner of the match, Kronos.
Well, I'm no genius, but it don't take a rocket scientist to figure out David Barnabas Spector set up DNA. He does not want this man a part of his family, and he just proved it not once, not twice, but on 3 different occasions in this one match.
This was nothing but a way to showcase Kronos the Berserker to the crowd of RWC. David Barnabas Spector had this played out all before it started.
Well, I'm going to tell you something right now, and you can tell this to your little buddy, David, if he calls you. He gets involved in that 6-pack challenge next week, I'll have no problem knocking him off in his face.
Well, that's something I want to see. We'll be back. Main event action, Mr. Magnificent joining us for singles match.
RWC Universe, it's the one, it's the only, it's the Playboy, Alex Bryant. And I'm coming to you to let you know that next Saturday, March 5th, King Arena, Lumberton, North Carolina, you are, yes, in fact, looking at the new #1 contender for the RWC Heavyweight Championship. That's right, folks, because the March Madness Show main event is going to be ridiculous. It's a 6-pack challenge. The Playboy and 5 other men all competing in the same ring at one time. And while I have a lot of love and respect for these men, that is not going to stop me from doing everything it takes to be the next #1 contender, because my time is current. Everybody else's time is past. So my one piece of advice, don't be nervous. Just be ready. And I'll see you on the 5th.
Yo, what's up, Christian? My boy, hey, I just want to talk to you about this match we got Saturday. I know we my boy, you know how we do. Keep it clean, keep it fair, you my boy. But I just want to ask you about this attitude you've been having. Like, you've been acting totally different. So, like, man, what's up? What's up?
¿This attitude? ¿Tú quieres saber? Tu actitud ha cambiado más que yo. Mira, tu problema es, tú escogiste un campeonato en vez de amistad. Let me dumb it down for you. You chose a championship instead of friendship. So this Saturday, there's none of this friend stuff. So be prepared to get the beating of your life, and make sure your kid's there to watch it too.
Wow, we gonna show up. We can't show wow.
RWC.
Coming to the ring first, from Dade County, Florida, weighing at 240 pounds. He is the man of solid muscle,
Dirty Joe joining us for the remaining event today here at Ring Wars Carolina Battlegrounds, here in the King Arena for March Madness.
And I tell you what, Dirty Joe, he is no stranger to Ring Wars Carolina. We saw him out here a couple times last year. Was in the Golden Opportunity Rumble. Lasted about a good, 15 minutes out in that match?
Yeah. I mean, I've been impressed with what we've seen out of Dirty Joe. And he's wrestled a lot of strong people. Wrestled Blanco Loco. I mean, George South. Scott Steiner. I mean, if you can go toe-to-toe with Scott Steiner, that's saying something.
Well, let me tell you something. I talked to Dirty Joe earlier, man, because I know Joe a little bit, and he was telling me that he was a street fighter all of his life. I didn't know that, and wrestling kind of like took him off the streets. I mean, could you imagine wrestling taking this man off the streets?
I mean, it gives you an organized place to fight, and I'm sure he's got a good payday or two in his time. But he's going to have his hands full with former RWC heavyweight champion and current one half of the tag team champions, Mr. Magnificent.
I mean, hey, Mr. Magnificent, don't let him fool you. Don't let the dancing fool you. Don't let all the... You know something, Jonathan? If I was Mr. Magnificent, I would not be smiling right now because I've just been told the Wrestlers have been looking for this man all night long, and they have just been told he is in the ring, and I've been told they might be making their way out here.
God, I hope not. That could spell disaster for Mr. Magnificent. You know, I think about the time when I joined Ring Wars Carolina, Mr. Magnificent was a little more than arrogant and didn't want to embrace the fans, and now he has.
You know, Mr. Magnificent, you know, we've known each other for a long time, but I got to give the guy credit. Over the past several months, he's been a changed man. I mean, think about it, Jonathan. When you first met Mr. Magnificent, he was a full-time commentator. Now he's become a full-time wrestler once again.
Yeah, it shows how well versed he is to be able to pivot from the commentary table to the wrestling ring. And now our referee checking at least Dirty Joe so far. And I tell you what, James Anthony, this young lady who's refereeing this match, she's an outstanding referee here in Ring Wars Carolina, as we see, making sure that Mr. Magnificent has nothing up his sleeve.
You do realize you're married, right?
I'm just saying how talented she is as a referee.
And I'm trying to help you save your marriage.
How does me talk? I'm not saying she's attractive. I mean, she
now she's ugly.
No,
so
she's
now
not
she's
attractive.
ugly.
I mean, she is an attractive, but I'm not married. Come on, James. I want to show her the respect she deserves in the great line of referees like Hunter Rayner, you know?
Showing off that tag team championship.
And here's the other thing you think about.
Hold on. Wait, Jonathan, hold on.
Okay.
Jonathan, I'm being told that the Wrestlers are trying to make their way to the ring, but they are being held back by agents, security, other wrestlers. I mean, these guys are trying to get to the ring. Mr. Magnificent might want to finish this match quick and get the heck up out of here.
And Mr. Magnificent knows that. And here's the thing I think about how well-versed Mr. Magnificent is. He's going from tag team wrestler to singles wrestler tonight. And that's not an easy transition, is it, James, when you're going back and forth like that?
Well, you know, you're right, it's not, because, you know, you're used to tagging a partner if you get into trouble. Right now, you're in there by yourself. Ain't no tagging. Nobody's coming to your aid. And right now, look at that. Dirty Joe's got Mr. Magnificent in the corner. See, right here, oh, nice shot. Oh, look, oh, my goodness. Look at Dirty Joe just. Wow, I didn't think I'd see that from Dirty Joe.
Oh, come on, man. The man says how he fought in the streets. I mean, that's just that right out of his playbook. Just putting the boots of Mr. Magnificent early on in this contest.
Jonathan, I'm still being told the Wrestlers are trying to get into the to the ring. I mean, they're literally like a couple of feet away from the back area, trying to get up to the entrance ramp.
I've never seen Mr. Magnificent be so quick and agile before, and gets off a good bulldog.
Yeah, he better hope that's it, because
going for that pin. 1, 2. I mean, how close are they? I mean, I want to call the action, but how close are the Wrestlers to that entrance ramp?
Jonathan, I'm being told, I don't know how much longer the Wrestlers can be held back.
That's a shame. Good arm drag here, because I don't want to see this match end early on. I mean, I understand.
Well, I do, because I fear for Mr. Magnificent's safety right now, Jonathan.
Well, I mean, yeah, let him have the match. Let Mr. Magnificent possibly get the victory, but let's not end it because the Wrestlers want to come out and get that beat down.
Okay, hold on. I'm being told that they finally got some order back there.
Good.
Okay, all right, so the Wrestlers have been pulled away from the entranceway. They're in the back now. They're trying to get them back into their locker room.
Okay, so at least we got an update there about potentially being in the dressing room to allow this to go on, an armbar by Mr. Magnificent.
But, Jonathan, can you blame the Wrestlers? Can you
Okay,
blame them
no,
for what just happened?
I can't, because you know what? They were the ones who started it. Those were the ones that bullied it. Those were the ones that decided to come out and hit Mr. Magnificent and Sweet Daddy Dave with the chairs.
Watch this.
Oh, my God, what a leapfrog out of Mr. Magnificent. Wow.
I tell you what, man, Mr. Magnificent, I don't know if you've been out to the school lately. He's been out there not only training with the younger guys, working on some new stuff himself. Look at that. See, and stuff like that. That's what I'm talking about.
Mr. Magnificent getting some air up there, going for that pin, 2, no.
2 count.
Now, as much as I want to come out to the school, I didn't know I was invited. I thought that was for Wrestlers only.
Well, you know, I figured you might want to go out there and check up and see who's doing what, and, you know, maybe get some pointers. I mean, you've been around a long time, Mr. Darwin. You can give some advice.
You know what? You never stop learning in this business. I know you're trying to tease me a little bit, James, but the day you stop learning is the day you hang up the boots. There's always something to be learned in professional wrestling. Speaking of learning, Dirty Joe is learning, getting beat down by Mr. Magnificent. Are you kidding? Oh, I thought Mr. Magnificent was going to come over.
Oh, man.
Dirty Joe ringing the bell of Mr. Magnificent.
Well, let me tell you something. Dirty Joe was trained by George South, so he knows how to wrestle. He knows his stuff.
Yeah, I mean, Mr. Number 1 George South, not always the cleanest player out in the wrestling ring, and I'm sure has taught Dirty Joe a thing or two of what we're seeing now. And Dirty Joe assisting Mr. Magnificent up there, going to work with that ring skirt, and oh my God, what a horrific knife edge chop. And look at that. See, there's the experience of Dirty Joe. Slides his head in and breaks up the count. Any word yet on if the Wrestlers are back in the dressing area?
I've been told they've finally got some control. The Wrestlers are in their locker room. So,
wait a minute, look at the speed of Mr. Magnificent here. What?
Oh, right into the apron. That does not feel good.
Okay, we're almost up to the full count here.
She's up to 6. And he broke the count again, so he has to start over.
Good experience by Dirty Joe. He gets a, whoa!
Oh! Did you hear that?
Yeah, and high five in the mat. Oh, that could do damage to the carpals or metacarpals of the hand.
You know, Jonathan, you call many matches with Mr. Magnificent.
Yeah.
Did you ever think you'd be calling a singles match or a tag match of Mr. Magnificent?
No, I really thought that he had hung it up. I know he wanted to get in the ring at one point against G-Money just for nothing else but bragging rights, but to see him have a continuous in-ring career at this point is impressive. I got to take my hat off to Mr. Magnificent.
Well, Dirty Joe kicked that second rope and it hit.
Going for that pin here. 1, 2. Oh, even tried to use the ropes as leverage, and it wasn't enough to keep Mr. Magnificent down.
Would you expect anything out of a guy named Dirty Joe? It's in the name.
Yeah.
Like EA Sports, it's in the game. And I don't even play EA Sports.
You don't?
Is that even what it's called, EA Sports?
Yes, it's still around.
Oh.
I know you're busy studying plenty of films, especially for that big six-pack challenge next week.
Six-pack challenge next week, man. Myself, Side Effect, Simply Delicious Dino, Alex Bryant, Roman McIntyre. It's going to be rough, man.
Yeah, and the winner gets that shot at the RWC Heavyweight Championship against Gemstone. And now Dirty Joe helping Magnificent up again, and Magnificent trying to find a way to fight out of this. Getting some shots to the midsection. Oh! Speaking of the midsection there, Dirty Joe just taking out the one of Mr. Magnificent, going for that pin here again. 1, 2.
You know something? I got to be honest. You can say what you want about Mr. Magnificent. You can say what you want about his in-ring wrestling abilities. You can say what you want about all the joking and stuff that he does. This man can wrestle.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, you've seen that with that claw there, taking a page out of George South's playbook as he puts the boots now to Mr. Magnificent.
You know, Dirty Joe is working every body part here. He wants to hurt Mr. Magnificent.
And you got to wonder, maybe the Wrestlers had a little something to do with that and fattened his envelope to make sure that not only does he get the victory over Mr. Magnificent, but does some damage.
I was thinking the same thing. He's going for that second roll.
Oh!
No. And Mr. Magnificent out of the way just in time.
That might have cracked the tailbone of Dirty Joe, coming full force down on the canvas. But Mr. Magnificent is exhausted.
Yeah, Mr. Magnificent, he needs to get up here.
Yeah, he does. Dirty Joe trying to find a way to get up does.
Well, let me ask you a question. He's used to Sweet Daddy Dave being in his corner for tags and singles. You think right now he's a little lost? He doesn't have Dave coaching him and everything?
That's a possibility. He does finally find a way to get
up. Here we go.
Gets a good elbow off and another one to Dirty Joe.
John, I've been told the Wrestlers have broken out of their locker room. They are headed back this way. They are headed back this way as we speak, Jonathan.
No, come on, not like that. I want to see this one. Magnificent with a leg drop.
Oh, my God. I just heard they just took out 2 security guards.
2. No.
The Wrestlers have just knocked out 2 security guards. They are feet away from the ring.
I hope not. I want to see this one finish. And not like that by the Wrestlers interfering.
Well, Mr. Magnificent needs to hurry up and put this thing away because, Jonathan, I'm being told they cannot stop these guys. Oh!
What a spear by Dirty Joe. Knocking the wind out of Mr. Magnificent. 1, 2, no.
Mr. Magnificent needs to put this one away quick. I'm being told they are almost toward the entranceway.
And I don't know. I mean, Mr. Magnificent, he's in trouble with that ear clap. And he's got Magnificent up.
That's a lot of strength from a guy from Dirty Joe to pick up a man like Mr. Magnificent.
Wait a minute, Magnificent. Can he get him over?
He's trying. He's got the
ropes.
He's got the ropes.
Yeah, but the referee just
hey, she can't do that.
Sunset flip over. 1, 2, no.
Come on, Jonathan. She's a referee.
Hey, she knew it was illegal coming off the ropes again. Dirty Joe's got Magnificent up, but doesn't get all the weight over. It's not potential another sunset flip here.
Trying.
Oh, wait a minute. Come on. No, not like that.
Got him. 1, 2. Oh, he got him.
Come on. What a
Dirty Joe got him.
Dirty Joe living up to his moniker, using the ropes for leverage. Thankfully, the Wrestlers have still not found a way to come out yet.
Well, I haven't heard nothing else about it, so I'm guessing the Wrestlers they must have been stopped from coming out here because I was told they were on their way back.
Well, give it up to the security of RWC to stop the Wrestlers. I know teams. Mr. Magnificent has to be frustrated. Sweet Daddy Dave.
Oh my God, I told you they were on their way back. I told you.
No, come on, not like that.
I told you they were coming, Jonathan. Jonathan, I told you they were on their way back.
I can't believe that. What a shame. Wait a minute, the referee's just going to stand there and let it happen?
What do you want her to do, Jonathan? This is a 2-on-1 attack. Oh, man.
Somebody needs to come out and save Mr. Magnificent.
I don't think nobody wants to get involved in this.
Not a yeehaw seesaw on the chair. No way.
Wait a minute. There's Alex Bryant.
There's
Alex Bryant.
The Playboy doing right by Mr. Magnificent.
Oh, look at this.
Seal the deal. Seal the deal right on the chair.
Alex Bryant, really good friends of Mr. Magnificent.
Yes, sir.
But why would he be involved in this?
Well, the Playboy knows what's right, and the Playboy saves the day.
Oh, Alex Bryant just made the biggest mistake of his life.
I don't know.
I understand he wanted to save his friend, but he just made the biggest mistake of his life. You do not want to be on the bad side of the Wrustlers. Trust me, I know.
Yeah, but Alex Bryant doing the right thing, showing respect.
But it doesn't matter because at the end of the day, Dirty Joe is the winner. Dirty Joe is going home with the bigger pot of the money.
Yeah, but that's like to be seen of what's going to happen with that tag team match down the line. Don't forget to join us next week. Big six-pack elimination challenge. Winner gets a shot at the RWC Heavyweight Championship. For James Anthony, voice of tradition, Jonathan Darwin saying thank you for joining us. We'll catch you next time.